Here's the deal, tribe. Most designers really think that they need to look big to actually win. They think they need more fabric. They think they need more spaces, bigger spaces, or even huge setups. But the truth is, trying to look bigger than I was really almost ran me into the ground. My breakthrough didn't come from size. It really came from small beginnings, right? Done with complete excellence. And if you're stuck thinking, I can't start until I have more, baby, this is your wake-up call to start exactly where you are. What's up, tribe? Welcome back to Raising the Bar Podcast, where premium design meets personal evolution. I'm your girl, Precious Stevens, the Draping Queen. And today, guys, we're unlocking why small is the move, especially if you're serious about growing your draping business. But before we get started, guys, you know exactly what we do here. Drop your name and drop your city in the comments so that we can connect and you can connect amongst each other, right? I love seeing exactly how far and how wide the L tribe actually stretches. Y'all, big does not equal book, right? Small is really where you sharpen your skills, is where you control your profits, and you build the creativity that sets you apart from what everybody else is doing. That's why starting small is not a setback. I don't know if you believe it or not, but it really is your secret weapon. So today, guys, I'm breaking down why small is not a setback. It is your superpower. Now, listen, if you're really ready to step into draping, but you don't know where to start, you need to join Posh Draping University, guys. I want you to think of it as your Netflix for draping. For just $7 a month, you'll get exclusive access to monthly tutorials, weekly live calls where I answer your questions live, and group challenges that really keep you consistent and moving forward. Guys, this is the easiest way to learn and grow without all of the overwhelm, right? And if you're past the basics, but you're not quite ready for one of our massive 3-day workshops, then guys, guess what? We just brought back our beginners draping workshop, and it's a 1-day totally extravaganza, right? And this is perfect for the middle ground. It's completely hands-on, it's totally practical, and it's designed to push you step by step through your journey, right? I'm going to drop the links to either or down in the description. But guys, trust me, I don't want you guys waiting around because I don't know if you know or not. The gag is these spots do not last long, right? They go really, really fast because I keep my classes small. All right, guys, now I got a question for y'all. Do you feel pressure, right? Like with everything that's happening in the industry, people leveling up, all of this stuff that's going on, do you feel pressure to really look bigger than you are in your business right now? Be honest, guys. I want you to comment below because I know that pressure is real. And I really want to hear how you're navigating it. Not to mention, you really help the channel with other newbies that may haven't even stepped on the scene yet, right? So do your part of giving back to the channel and just drop those comments below. Because guys, when I first started, guess what? I had no clients, no studio, no truckload of fabric. Guys, I ain't have all that. I just had some freaking stands. I had a couple pieces of fabric and a freaking dream. That was it. I draped in my living room. I would take photos with my phone and I would post them like they was a real event. And guys, those photos, guess what? That's how I got booked. Nobody cared if it was a mock-up, right? Because I really treated it like it was a setup. I didn't have a whole bunch of stuff in the background. Even though I was taking stuff with my phone, I still took it a step further and I would try and clean them up, right? Like really play with my settings to make the pictures pop a little bit. Because even though they didn't care if it was a mock-up, guess what? They cared if it looked good. And that was my proof. And it turned into momentum. Guys, I want you to notice you don't need to fake being big, right? You really need to master being excellent with whatever it is that you have right now. Excellence at a small scale, guess what that does, guys? It translates to excellence at any scale. Let that sink in. Now, let's get into these 3 reasons why starting small is your secret weapon in the draping game. Reason number 1, guys, small builds skill. When you're working smaller, guess what you can do? You can perfect your pleats or enhance your pleats, rather. You can work on your symmetry. You can work on your layering without all of the overwhelm of a 20-foot stage or some gargantuan setup, right? That is how you get precision. And precision is what actually books you, right? being able to maximize and actually master smaller setups is how you get better quickly. If you try and tackle something big and overpowering, you're going to be more frustrated than anything, right? So I definitely suggest all you guys to just start small, build small, get super comfortable with that before you dive into the Baroque draping, or before you dive into the premium draping, doing super tall, super big setups, right? And now reason number 2, guys, is going to be that small keeps you profitable. At the end of the day, I don't want you run out here spending thousands of dollars on every color of freaking fabric and every latest gadget, right? Small setups, guys, what does it mean? It means small costs. It means your expenses are going to be low, right? And that is going to equate to you getting a higher return. Your return on your investment is going to be bigger, right? And I want you to really get in this a lot as far as getting a bigger return, especially while you're learning, because a lot of the things that you don't know, when you go to make those investments, you're going to end up buying the wrong stuff anyway. So I want y'all to just stop draining your going account, chasing every gadget or roll of fabric, and just work with what it is that you have. And that takes me to reason number 3, guys, and that is that small sparks creativity. Guys, with less, guess what you're able to do? You're forced to actually think outside of the box, right? This is where your creativity really comes to life. It is. That's when you learn to mix textures and you're stretching colors. You're adding unique touches to really make your work unforgettable, right? Because you got to do with what you got. And I really like when this is happening, because it's pushing you a bit, it's stretching you. And it's nothing worse than people running around on the internet, finding people with designs and just mimicking the same exact freaking design. I mean, down to the T. I'm like, where's your creativity? Where is your spiel in this design, right? There's nothing wrong with being inspired by a design, because I do it all the time. I tell somebody quick, oh yeah, I found this picture on Pinterest, or I found this on TikTok, and I just go and I make it my own. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you go and you do it down to a T, So really get comfortable with relying on your creativity, because this is the thing that's going to set you apart from everybody else, right? You don't want to run around looking like everybody else, doing the same exact thing they're doing, buying the same exact blends, putting them in the same area of their backdrop. Like, who does that? I mean, well, people do, but don't let that be you. All right, guys, and this is where we're going to pause right here. And I want to know, is any of these tips so far landing for you? Because if they are, y'all know what I need you to do. I need you to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming up next. I want you guys to also comment below which one of these strategies you're going to try first, because I really want to know. And I know the viewers really want to know. You guys, I'm trying to tell you, your comments definitely inspires other people that's hiding behind the scenes, and they feel like they're not seen. They feel like no one understands them. You guys really help this channel move. So drop your comment below, okay? Because one thing I really love about the tribe, I love about the universities, I love about the classes, everything is the energy. I'm trying to tell you, the energy in those rooms is unmatched. It's definitely unmatched. And guys, if you want to be in that type of environment where you're practicing, you're learning, and you being pushed to that next level, I'm trying to tell you guys, the beginner's workshop for my newbies is the absolute best thing for you. And if you cannot get to Atlanta, then the university is your next start for those of you that are completely new and don't know where to get started, okay? That's going to tell you everywhere and everything that you need to get to the very next step. Stop looking at the mountain and focus on what is directly in front of you now. Now we're going to shift into some strategies on actually how to do all of this stuff I'm talking about. Strategy number 1 is going to be master your mini setups, guys. I don't want y'all running around fantasizing about these 20-foot stages and all of this if you have not yet mastered a regular 8-foot backdrop. I want you to master the small, because the big is going to become automatic. Once you master the foundational part, once you master the art, everything else that you see, that'll become second nature, because it's just a matter of going bigger, but you know exactly how to do it. I'm trying to tell you, that's one of the main reasons why the beginner class is why we bring it back, for one, because so many people was jumping in our Baroque workshops and baby, they were lost. They were clueless. So it kind of made it just kind of made the instructional component a little more challenging. And then I just said I wasn't doing that any longer. If you wanted to come to this type of workshop, you had to know at least the traditional way of draping, right? It just made sense. Otherwise, you're just going to be frustrated because you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, right? So again, guys, before you even think about going into one of those bigger workshops, make sure that you have mastered, or you not even master, just make sure you at least know the traditional draping elements in the art of draping. And even in the 3-day workshops, like for those of you that are coming, one of the things that we did do, which is why it's 3 days, is we added that component to it. So before we teach you all of this other stuff, day 1 is where we start. We start with traditional draping. We start with the beginner class we do. So either way you want to spin it, you're totally fine. Okay. Strategy number 2, guys, is going to be to build a capsule of fabric collection, right? And when I say this, I want you to think of your wardrobe, your clothing wardrobe. You don't need every freaking thing. You just need the right things. You need the right pieces, which is a few colors, your main colors, right? A few textures to kind of make them pop. You will be able to create endless combinations if you have the right pieces, guys. I'm trying to tell you. If you have an issue with fabric and you're not sure what those pieces are, comment below. Say, I need to know, because now I'll create a podcast on it of what the capsule should look like, what you should have in it. Okay. Which brings me to number 3. The final one is, guys, y'all got to stack your small wins, right? Every $200 job, every $500 job, even if it's a free job and you bartering, I don't care what it is. Every mock-up, everything is a freaking win. And I need you guys to realize that. And I need y'all to go into it thinking that, and you'll give it a different energy, right? And I just want y'all to stack these up. I shared on my podcast, maybe a few podcasts back, how I always stack my stuff, which is it's called my admiration album, because I get random stuff all the time. I get stuff from people in my mentorship. I get stuff from people in my coaching programs. I get stuff from random people on YouTube. Point is, I am helping these people, right? My content is helping these people. My programs are helping these people. That is proof, right? And that's exactly what I want you to do. I don't care how small it may seem. I'm trying to tell you, once you stack them up, that is going to give you momentum, right? And when you see that helps build your confidence, guys. Not to mention, it's your freaking proof. It was a couple times, especially in the beginning when I was doubting myself. I was like, what the heck am I doing? I would go back to my admiration album and I would look at all the amazing things that people said about me and all of the ways that I helped them, right? And that was some of the things that kind of kept my head in the game. I'm trying to tell you. So you guys know, every week I give you an action step. I don't want to just give you guys this information. I want y'all to actually go and do something. So last week I pretty much was telling you guys go and do a mock-up. This week we taking it a step further. I want you guys to pick an area in your home or pick your friend's garage, wherever you did the mock-up, if you actually did it. And I want you to claim it. I want you to claim it as your practice studio. I'm trying to tell you, it makes a difference. Before I moved into a studio and when I shut my offices down and did all the things and I decided to come back home, not only did I come back home and had me an office, I would shut down portions of my house and I made it into a studio. And I would set recurring dates, whatever, that time frame was. And that's when I would record. You have to really get dedicated and disciplined to this thing if you really want it to treat you as a business, right? And pay you as a business. That's what I want y'all to do. Put a date on it. Set a recurring date once a month, once a week, whatever it is, and make that your portfolio building day or whatever you want to call it. But guess what? Over time, guys, you'll have a timeline of progress that shows just how far you've come. It's so many of my students that will share, you know how on Facebook the memories pop up? That is such a good feeling because they're not only sharing the memory, but they're realizing and acknowledging it themselves that they really did freaking grow. Like they can see it. So I'm trying to tell you, it's going to be more beneficial to you than anything. Okay. Guys, main thing is I don't want you to wait for the big setups. I don't want you to wait for the big jobs to be like, oh yeah, this is worth taking pictures. Build your proof in the small ones. I'm trying to tell you, the confidence, the skill, the bookings, all of that is going to come. When you are building your proof, your confidence is going to be built up, and your confidence alone is what's going to attract the people you want to work with. All right. All right, guys. So I don't want you to despise the small beginners, guys. Every big name that you admire, guess what? They started with less than what you already have right now, believe it or not. The look may be intimidating. It may look like you will never get to that level. But baby, if you hear some of them horror stories, or if you actually know their story, they come from humble beginnings too, right? So you should utilize that information, and you should utilize just that track record and that social proof as whatever it is that you need, and leverage that so you know it has been done. So now that you know it has been done, that should build your confidence right away, knowing that you could do it too. Guys, I really do enjoy doing these podcasts, right? But guess what? This platform is for you. That's the reason why I did it. That's the reason why I came back and started doing it again, is because you guys asked for it. So now I want you to tell me, what do you want me to talk about next, right? Put it down in the comments. It's either going to be pricing, visibility, or techniques. And if you got something very specific, put that down in the comments too. This may be the very next topic that I do, right? Let me know what it is that you need help with. I thrive in this space, right? So this is no gatekeeping. I give you the information, and only thing that you are left to do is apply what it was that I shared with you. All right, guys. So if this episode spoke to you, what I want you to do is share it with another designer who's been waiting entirely too freaking long. And I want you to make sure that you subscribe also, because October, baby, is our money and mindset series. And next week, we're kicking it off with episode 113. And I'm going to be talking about how to go from hobby to business. I want you to really learn how to think like a paid designer. Stop running around here thinking like a daggone decorator. It's two totally different things, right? You ain't going to want to miss this at the end of the day. I'm going to close out and leave you with this, guys. You don't need to start big. You really need to start excellent. And excellence at any size is what gets you paid. Guys, I'm Precious Stevens, the Draping Queen. And until next time, keep raising that bar, sis. I'll be at the top when it gets heavy. Bye.